Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 19th of November, comes to you from the Canary Islands, where I'm just escaping for some sun. And we look, first of all, at the dollar index, teetering along the bottom here on the daily chart. Remembering this is my weekly, my daily, and my 60-minute chart, long-term, medium-term, and short-term view of the market. We are just pushing up a little bit on that very short-term chart, the 60-minute chart. But we do still have these downside targets hanging over us. So dollar weakness is still a theme, really. We're bearish on all three time frames. Looking at the euro, we're seeing that just turning down a little bit against that dollar resurgence in the last 24 hours. But for the moment, the euro has really been sideways against the dollar for the last few months. Taking a look at sterling, we're sitting at 132. We're just coming off the top there. We were at 133 one stage there on the dollar. But sterling actually having a pretty good run this last week against the dollar, and against the euro we're sitting at 111.65, so not much change there either. Taking a look at Bitcoin, we're seeing that sitting at 17,600, just coming back. It had broken that 18,000 level, pushing all the way to this target of 19,740. The US stock market last night, the S&P future was down 1%. The Nasdaq also just struggling to make a new high. This is really the main concern. We've been 3 months now and just not able to break that end of August high. We've still got downside targets hanging over us. We've got upside targets not yet activated, so we are really just waiting and seeing which way we'll go. The Dow was down 1% overnight, and the futures today are down slightly on the S&P future, and the Nasdaq future is down nearly a third of a percent. So we're just struggling to protect stocks to maintain their momentum. The VIX volatility sitting at 23. The FTSE future is down nearly 1% in the UK this morning. We're seeing Europe coming off quite a bit there. Looking at the DAX, we're down 0.8%, and the CAC down 0.7%. So European markets falling. The Japanese market is actually bucking the trend. It was up 0.4%. The Hang Seng was down 0.7%, and the Chinese market was up 0.4%. So we're seeing a pretty mixed picture in Asia. The Sensex in India was down 0.4%, and the Aussie market was up 0.25%. So as I say, a pretty mixed picture there. Looking at gold, we're sitting at 1858. Just sinking lower here. We're not quite activating this downside target, but we have activated one that is lower. So gold is looking pretty weak short term, medium term wandering into the bearish zone, but on the weekly chart, of course, still looking pretty positive. Silver sitting at 1.4% lower as well, just breaking into bearish mode there. And US 10-year yield sitting at 0.85%, having come back quite a bit. A lot of volatility in the US yields at the moment. Taking a look at the energy mix, we've got Brent Crude sitting at 44.30, just can't break to that higher level we saw last week, so we really are range bound. Core was neutral for the week. Looking at WTI, we're down 0.4% there, and we've got some downside targets as well. US nat gas sitting at 2.67%, so we are sinking lower there. And if we look at coal, we are sitting at 55.72, again just struggling to hold on to the gains that we made last week. Emissions down 0.7%. Big upside target if we can go higher and activate that. Looking at Dutch gas, we're down nearly 1% this morning, so falling away there. Lots of downside targets on the 1 minute chart, so that's quite significant. Last of all, a look at German power. Sitting at 39.40, just can't break the 40 euro mark, so that's quite key as well. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.